is up, my guy? Literally, me and Josh have been so freaking sick the past like 2 weeks. Me and Josh are on this really creepy, like soul intertwined, like red string across the entire world, like illness intertwined. Like anytime he's sick, I'm sick. Like we get the same stuff all the time, and me and him have just been so sick and exhausted for the past like 2 weeks. It's not even funny.
Like when you light those candles, like what Jacob did last night with like the two candles, the ropes tied, and you burn them. That's literally us, but like the burning doesn't separate us. Nothing will. We're just tied to each other's to the end of the earth. And it's not even like every aspect, it's like purely physical. Like you'll text me being like, my throat is hurting so bad, and my throat will literally be hurting. Or you'll be like, wow, I just threw up, and I'll be like, so I'm actually fighting for my life too. And I think that it's so insane. And because I have, I have my fucking doctor appointment today because I literally have been going through the trenches of hell. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. If this is like World War One, like, if this is World War I trenches, maybe we're past that. Like, J.R.R. Tolkien, he was writing about that. I'm in I'm all the way over here, girl. We're past it. It's so bad. Um, so on my doctor appointment later to figure out why my stomach is hurting, and I've been looking forward to it, but you have been looking forward to it more than I have, which is crazy because we're about to get our dual diagnosis.
Yeah. No, you guys don't even understand. I've been so excited for the past like week and a half for Josh to go to the doctor. Like I've actually been counting down this day. Because I'm so
3:30.
excited to see what the hell you have. Um, and I hope they can figure out in this one weird like Zoom session you're doing with your doctor, which they definitely won't because this is such a serious issue Josh has.
It's
Um,
honestly gonna be a mystery when they can, if they don't, girl, it's gonna be, is it the medication that I've been taking? Is it the stomach problems that I've been having for like the last 2 years? Is it because of norovirus that I had in Japan? I'm literally a medical mystery. So honestly, I'm just gonna hope and pray for the best, but they're probably gonna refer me to like an in-person, and then they're probably then gonna tell me they don't know what's wrong with me and have me do a bunch of tests, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, we still don't know what's wrong with you, so try doing like 17 different diets that aren't gonna work."
no, literally. Literally like the other night I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is literally one of my favorite shows of all time. Like I rewatch it every year. And I'm watching it and I get a text from Josh and he's like, I'm so sick, like I'm so nauseous right now. And I'm like, oh damn. And then like 3 hours later, I'll just like wake up at like 4 a.m. and I'm like the most sick I've ever been in my life. And we'll just both be sick the entire day. But it's literally so insane. But on that note, I think I've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know, have you've watched it, right?
Never seen it. Never
Oh,
fucking
oh
seen
my
it.
god, dude.
It was
Um,
cool because it came out a while ago, and then it was really popping in 2020. But I never watched it because that was like never for me. I feel like I was never the target audience because I never saw it when I was younger, so I didn't never rewatched it.
I watched it when I was like 6 years old or something when it first came out, but I think it's targeted towards everyone. It's so good. Like I think everyone could enjoy it. Even my mom like watches it with me sometimes. She really likes it. But oh damn, I was gonna ask you like what because I never asked you this. I was like, what kind of bender would you be if you were in like Avatar: The Last Airbender? Do you know like the bending and like
I'd
the
be the
powers?
weight bender, the way that my weight changes 7 pounds every day. Um, I don't know. I'd probably be some like really fuck ass bender. Um, I don't know. Toph is pretty lit. I really like how she's blind, girl. Like she don't be seeing nothing. Like, I'd probably be. I don't know. I really don't know like what bender I'd be. What bender would you be? And then I'll think about it.
I would be the hillbilly swamp guys. Like if you haven't watched the episodes, then like you don't know what I'm talking about. But there's this scene where like they get like trapped in this swamp, and there's like a bunch of like hillbilly guys with like loincloths and like leaves for hats. Like they're wearing like leaf hats and loincloths, and they're like yay yay, and they like chase him down the swamp. And they're getting messed up by the swamp. Like some guys like control they're water benders, but they're like swamp benders, so they just live in the swamp and they're like isolated from everyone else, and they're like super like hilly and there's like this one guy controlling the swamp and kind of like messing with them, but there's another like tribe of swamp people that are just chasing them down. And I think they're trying to eat like the Appa and the lemur Momo. Like they're trying to eat them, and they're like that's some tasty looking chicken. Like, and they're just like falling down the swamp, and like they all get separated, and they're just like going after them, and it's so funny. And like, oh, like I would just love to exist in a loincloth and a leaf hat.
You
Um,
already do, girl. The way
I
you'll,
honestly already do.
the way you will literally call me, like, uh, girl, wearing just a bra, just underwear, be like, this is my natural form. Me too, though, to be honest. Same kind of fit, just a bra and underwear. Um, no, I think if I were to be a bender, I would be like a water bender. Just because I swam, and so I feel like and when I was younger, I feel like everyone did this, but I'd be in the shower and then I'd be like this and like that and whatever, and like the water would like flow off me and I'd be like, I'm controlling the fucking water. Um, so I think I'd be a waterbender. But I feel like there's subclasses too to like water bending. So I think I'd also like extend into like blood bending or something like that. Is that even a thing in the show? Like I think
It's
I'd
really rare though. It's only like three characters in the entire universe that I know of that can do it.
well my impact, so I'll do blood bending. I don't know. I feel like that would just be like my tea. Like I could just do Miss Blood. Um, Mama, I so much about girl. I'd be Tia blood bending. So, um, yeah, I do blood bending.
There's like I wish you watched it. There's like specifically this really skinny hillbilly swamp guy, and he's like really like skinny, like weird, and like it's literally like my energy. Like I don't know. And like, he's like, and Katara and Sokka are like talking to him, and they're like from the Water Tribe. And he's like, "There's others of yous out there. Like I thought we were the only ones." And he's just like so like stupid and weird and like creepy. And he was just he's like that would just be me if I was like in their world. But yeah,
I've
no,
never
I love
seen.
that show.
I should
You gotta
probably
watch
watch
it.
it, but um, well, I didn't really know about the show because, of course, like I saw the edits and I saw the clips on TikTok back when it was like poppin', but I didn't really hear about it until Jacob was literally telling me like stories about um how he played Avatar The Last Airbender on Roblox. So I have this text message from Jacob. Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so um basically he would play Avatar The Last Airbender and he would have to literally be like he was like a general. No, he wasn't a general. He was like a what's like the step down from general, like a lieutenant. He would have to like run like the wars and run trainings and all of this. There was like this crazy Discord and oh girl, well, he just it was so crazy. It was so crazy that he would literally be telling us like all these things that he'd have to do and he'd be like, I would literally get in trouble because I wasn't holding trainings 3 times a day. And I was like, Jacob, were you not employed? It was so crazy. And so basically, one time we were walking back from, I was really sick. I had just gotten the norovirus, but I didn't know it yet. And I was like, I had a fever. I was so sick, and we were trying to go to this Korean restaurant at the what's the station after Gotenyama going up? Do you remember?
Is it Hirokata?
Yeah, maybe it was Kizwa.
Hirokata?
Kizwa. No, no, no. It was Kizwa station. Um, and so literally I was so sick at this time too, and so and so I'm like trying to like desperately like reel in on what he's saying, and nothing is making sense to me, and he starts reading off this text message that he had screenshotted and from the Discord about this person who really wanted to become better. And the text message goes, please, sir, host a exam. You don't know how long I have waited for the moment when you, sir, host exam to rank thee up. While in my bed, I dream about waking up to exam by the sir. When I am at the learning building, I just can't think. I only think about when the exam you rank up was going to happen. When I eat the food, at the table, I don't think about the food. I think about the wonderful exam that my sir will host to rank thee up. Even when I am on the releasing the waste in my body, the only thing I can think about is the exam to rank up. Finally, even when I am visiting I can only think the blood relate people. I can only think about the beautiful sir exam, the training to wake thee up. When sir I am at the BT, don't know what that means. I think of the sir beautiful face while we do the match. When sir you tell me to do 1v1, I do sir for you in order to rank thee up. When sir I at the earth training, I dream about the fight with me on team. We kill the opposed side in order to rank thee up, sir. I want you to host exam for me.
And
And he was telling me this story. Girl, I need you to remember, he was telling me this story. I was so sick. And I literally was just standing there like, and so he's telling me this story, and I'm like, Jacob, and he repeated it 3 times, Katie. He repeated that 3 times, still didn't know what it meant. I was like, Jacob, you have to text me this so I can read it. And so I read it, and I just started like, I remember just being like, no, 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 no. And there's so many grammatical errors too. And so I don't know what he was doing. Jacob, friend of the pod, he would play all these Roblox games, and he was like, he's also like a gamer, but he played this Roblox game. So he called it like Ada Avatar, The Last Airbender, or whatever. Crazy Roblox game. It had like huge factions, huge Discord server. But then he also played this game called Ancient Egypt. Do you remember this?
I don't think so.
And I and Kylie would sometimes play this in the study room, and literally we would go in there and we'd be like, Pharaoh, oh great Pharaoh, you are beautiful Pharaoh. And then we'd like just do this and we'd like suck ass to like these pharaohs, and then we'd be like, Pharaoh, you are kind and wise and great. Oh Pharaoh, you are beautiful Pharaoh. And we just like suck up to the Pharaoh, and then we get some power, and then we kill the entire royal family, monopolize the system, become the pharaoh, and we'd raise taxes on everyone, get really rich, and then we'd just leave after we'd lock the pharaoh system up, so no one. Then we'd like basically shut down that entire pharaoh server, so no one could play. And we just locked that shit down. Um, Oh my God, it was so much fun. It would only take like 40 minutes too. So we'd spend like 40 minutes locking a server because I don't even remember but we just go into different servers and lock them one by one.
And that's
Oh,
how you spend your time studying abroad. Oh, love it.
yeah. Yeah, no, really. But okay, but this is also good because I wanted to tell you about like video games. Um, did you ever play online games as a kid?
Super much. Like I played like Webkins or oh my god, Wizards 101. I had like $100 like membership for that, and then all of a sudden they deleted my account like 2 months later. But that was really it.
Okay, so like with Webkins, there was this game called Moshi Monsters. I don't know if you know what that is. Super niche. I'm like me and my cousins were the only one that knew. Moshi Monsters was like this online game that was like basically the same as Webkins and also like Club Penguin. And basically the whole point of the game was to like customize your Moshi monster. It was just so like crazy. Like it was so.
Was one of them like a cherry with legs?
Yes, I maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Actually, I think I do know what you're talking about. There's like a cherry one, and you can like change from like the different types.
It was so insane, Katie. Like there was so much going on. And honestly, I didn't know. Um it was so crazy, but like I didn't know if anyone else had played it. And so I was talking to my cousin because my cousin and I played that shit like religiously. Like we were on that shit. And it was such like a fever dream experience. And I was looking through it now. I was like typing it and I was like, dang, like I wonder if that game is still alive. And now it's like some fuck ass mobile app that's like merged or something. I'm like, damn. But I used to be like the king of online games when I was younger. And so I remember that I would play on this like website called like Ancon Arcade. And so Ancon Arcade was like this website that had thousands of flash games. Porno for flash games because they're not a thing anymore, and I'm so upset they're not a thing anymore. I used to play this game called um Train Shunting, where like you have to like move the train back and forth so that way it was so tea. And then and then there was like this other game where you like this microbiome, like this microbe where you like ate other microbes and then you evolved, and it was so hard. But I think I was like 7, so like I didn't understand the concept of the game, and so I was really bad at it. I played like mini golf. I was literally the mother of it. And I like, did you ever, besides like those, did you really ever play like flash games? Like cool
Oh
math games?
yeah, cool math I played a lot. But I would play it like in class or something, like in school, and they'd always yell at you. So that was really the only times I played it. And I would play a little bit in university actually. Like in my class, I'd be really bored and I'd play it. But
Yeah. Can we talk about like when university classes get like really boring and so you have
oh
to
my
resort to
god.
literally, I think so I, because of my major and my help, and so because of my major and because of like the classes that I take, I never got a chance to play like games on my computer because of literally how much notes I had to
Because
take in class or stuff like that.
you go to a fuck ass private school where it's like 20 kids a class, so you can't even like get away with that. But my
That's
classes
what I'm
would be like
saying.
1,000 kids. Like it was crazy. So they could not track anyone like what you're doing. They didn't care.
That's what I'm saying. Again, also like my classes are 25, 30 people. And so that's not like that's already too many. Like mama, more like 16 to 25. And so it's just like you can't play games and stuff or anything. You can't I don't scroll through. I go to those classes to learn because one, I'm paying for them, but two, like you can't get away with shit. And also like I'm a senior and I've been. So it's like the classes that I'm taking and that I've been taking are all like, you know what I mean? Like you can't really get away with anything, nor do you want to because these classes are interesting. But the only time I ever did like do other stuff or like play like games was this one global studies class that I had. And it was like so hard to like follow through with the professor. I think it was just like what it was. Like I think one, I wasn't interested in the topic at all. Two, the class structure was just very slow. It took a while to get through anything. And so I literally would just go through Twitter. And I remember or no, the Queen of England had just died in that class. The Queen of England had just died. And I felt like, who's that guy's name that who he like rode through the colonies and he was like, the British are coming, the British are coming. It was like Jack or John or
Oh no, I don't know.
I don't know, girl. I don't know what his name is. And I um I literally felt like I was him telling everybody on Twitter and all my friends and family being like the queen had just died. And I remember that I posted on Twitter being like the Queen of England is gone, Princess Diana. Princess Diana Princess Diana would have gotten more tweets. She would have gotten more likes on her death announcement if Twitter was around back then. And I remember that tweet got a lot of likes. That was like my first like T post on my new account after my old one had gotten banned. Um, and so I literally just remember being like, that class was just so, but you don't have that. Like, I've never low-key had like that big, huge classroom experience. Even at KGU, when we were there, like all my classes were maybe 30 people less.
Yeah, no, I like the smaller classrooms. Like the learning environment's way better. But like, yeah, my classes were like actually like 300 kids in a lecture hall, so like they couldn't track you and do anything. And me and my friend, I remember we played Webkins in my like global society class all the time, and it was just so freaking stupid. But yeah, at my new university I'm going to, I think it's gonna be like 20 to 30 kids, so I won't get away with that. But no, talking about I want to go back to the video games and like class and stuff. Do you, in elementary school, did you ever like have was it like the hardest game in the world and it was like you had to go through the maze?
Yes,
Do you remember the
yes.
version of that where it was like you would play it and like that ghost lady, like the Grudge or whoever would pop up on your face and scream at you? And like kids used to do that to each other all the time in my classes.
You know what I'm still scarred from? Getting groomed at the age of 11 on Discord by older Turkish men in my Agario clan.
Bro.
I don't think anyone else can. I think that's really an original sentence. Um, I don't know if y'all know shit about Agario. I don't know what y'all know about .io games, but Agario was kind of like the it girl of the IO games at the time. Like Slither.io, like Archer.io. I don't even know what .io stands for, but Agario was the girl because there were no bots at the time. Other games had bots, other games had ads. Agario had none of that, girl. Agario was just straight, you go in as a blob, you go in that fucking petri dish. What you do is you go in, you eat other cells, and you get bigger. And the whole point of the game is to be the biggest blob on the on the thing. And what we did was me and my friend would play that game every day on the bus to school, 45 minutes, and we would see if we could get like the biggest blob on the game. And after a while, I was like, damn, I really fucking love Agario. And so I would play it on my computer, I'd play it on my phone. And I'd play when I played on my computer, I was a part of this clan. Don't remember the clan name. Don't remember like what like the goal of the clan was. But there was like the Phase clan, there was like the Bear clan, there were all these clans, and so we had like this like the TYT clan. What I'm saying is like with all these crazy names, and so we were this clan. I don't even remember. Oh, we were the the BYB clan, and so I still have the text shortcut in my phone to create my name, and I literally was like BYB Legends or something like that. And I literally remember I'd be like on Discord in this clan and people would be like, people would literally be like talking to me and like I was literally getting groomed at like the age of 11 just over the game Agario. And I'd be in this call with like four other Turkish men who were all like older than me. And they'd be like trying to talk to me and stuff like that and I was like, girl, I'm like 11. And so it was really just like so crazy because like I loved Agario, still love Agario, girl, still love Agario, like trick splits, quadruple splits, line splits, girl, I knew all the tea. I knew all the tea on that and nobody be even know what that is. Oh god.
No, I kind of don't know what you're saying, but speaking of scarring shit, I know you got like groomed on whatever the hell the Agario, but not to minimize your trauma, but
I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm safe, I'm loved.
speaking of being scarred, I don't even think I've talked to you about this. I literally think I have a stalker because literally no, I'm so serious. And okay, so it started from middle school. This is like a whole timeline. Middle school, I would get home and I would be like the only one home, and it's like that for most of my life. Even like now, I'm like always the only one home. And in middle school, I would get home from school and I used to just like kind of make food and be around my kitchen. And my kitchen's like right by my front door, my garage. And there was sometimes like every once in a while, my garage door would open. But in order to open it, you need to know the password to the keypad or have like we have like the two or three clickers from our that are in our cars that you click to open the garage door. But I didn't have a car in middle school, obviously, so like my parents weren't home, so it wasn't from that. And the only other way is the keypad. And every once in a while, the garage door would like open. And I remember one time I was like really scared. And I opened my front door and I heard some guy like walking. I could hear him like walking in my front yard, like on the grass, and like heard him grunting. So I got really scared and I slammed the door shut and I like locked it. Um,
Girl.
but so that would happen in middle school, and then during COVID, it was me, my sister, my parents like living at home, and my parents would still go to work, and it'd be like kind of me and my sister, but she also worked, so she would like go to work, and I was just kind of at home like doing whatever. And we have a pool in our backyard, but it's like a screened-in patio, and there's two doors. But they're like super rusty and like they're like metal and rusty and they're really hard to open. Like you really gotta yank it. And during COVID, we'd like like I'd be walking and I would see that like one or two of the doors were like open and like left open, but it can't really be the wind because you really have to pull on it to open it. And they're
Wow.
like loud too. So we would like tell my parents, like me and my sister would get so scared because there's like just like us or me home alone. And we'd tell them like, hey guys, like has anyone like been through the doors? And they're like, no. And like it's like open like every few days it would just be like wide open. But it's like seriously not the wind. And they'd be like whatever. Like they just did not give a crap. Like my parents, like one thing about my parents is like they really don't be caring about like much. And like they just did not care. We're like, please help. Like we like need to put some cameras over there, please. Like, and we have cameras. We have like Ring cameras, but the only places we literally don't have cameras is the two doors in our backyard and our garage area for some reason. So we're like, please, like, can you put cameras? They're like, it's fine. It's just the wind. And so they didn't give a fuck. And then flashback to right now, recently, my parents will like come home and it's still like me home alone and it's like my parents will come home and our keypad to the garage will be like open, like swung open, but none of us use it and like we talked about it, none of us use it because we all have the clickers in our car. And it's like the wind, like nothing's really like opening it because it's like clicked and you have to like unclick it, open it. So it's not like the wind doing that either, and it's like up high, so it's like not some kind of animal like. And we'll come home and it'll be like wide open, like left open, and we've like never seen that before. Other than when I was in middle school and my garage door would be open sometimes, like it would just like open on its own, like thing would be open. And
Well, girl,
I lived
like
with my parents. I was like, please, can y'all put like a ring camera over there? And they're like, like it's fine. Like, now they're actually finally getting a little bit concerned. But literally for the past like 6 years or more than that, like 10 years, it's literally been like this. And it's literally so scary. And it's just like every once in a while it happens. And my dumb crap sister, like, she's told people our password to our garage, like random people, just because she's quirky like that. So like, I don't know if someone knows or like what, like and she's gone now. She doesn't give a crap. And it's just like me alone. And now my parents are like finally kind of starting to care, but it's like also just like they still don't really care. But it's actually like so
well,
scary. Like
it's not gonna be your problem no more because you're gonna be in Tokyo.
yeah, like and then I'm gonna like come back home. My parents are like missing, but yeah, no, it's like actually so scary. Like this is so for real.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, like anyone who's listening, our zero listeners, it's like actually like not the freaking wind, bro, because the doors are so rusty. And, like you literally have to yank it. The click, the not the clicker, the keypad is like so you get to like unclick it. Like I don't know what this is, but it's actually kind of scary. It's a
Well, one
lot.
day you're gonna come home and that Korean screen is gonna be there behind you, and that will be the precipice. Like that will be like the end of all.
No, literally, ugh, it's so scary. But whatever. I'll have to deal with like the Japanese stalkers when I move to Tokyo.
Oh my god, girl. Japanese doctors. I don't know if I told this story yet, but I know you've heard it. But when I was in Tokyo, girl, and they had did I don't know if did I tell it on here?
I don't
Okay,
think
when
so.
I had norovirus, girl, I had to go to the hospital and I was so sick, walked there all by myself. Don't know how I didn't I don't know how like I didn't like shit myself on that walk because norovirus, if y'all had it, pour it out for the people with norovirus. Like it's so crazy. It's too much. And so I was at the hospital. I was at the first one. I was at the first one, and they were like, "Hey, so we're gonna do blood work. We're gonna do this. We don't know what's wrong with you. Also, like your Japanese is not great. So, like, and I was like, what? Because you just told me Nihongo Jozu. So, what are you playing at? And they were like, no, you're medical Japanese. Like if you go to this one, they might know more. And I was like, okay. And then they were like, yeah. Also, we're closing, so we can help you. And I was like, what do you mean you're closing at 12 a.m.? What, like 12 p.m.? It was literally the middle of the day, and they were like, we're closed. Like, what do you mean you're closed? But I guess it's just Japanese culture, so whatever. Like, I can't knock on it. But then I had to walk 20-minute mama. I felt like that. I felt like a lamb in a field of wolves because I had to walk another 25 minutes all the way to the other hospital. And then I had to be buzzed in by this polite Japanese family that were literally looking at me like, "What the hell is this gaijin doing in this hospital facility that's meant for Nihonjin?" I go up to the counter, fill out all that shit, whatever. Um, I give them that resident card. They go, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, this is that resident card, girl. Ooh, arimas." And so I remember that the person they literally wanted to admit me for 2 more weeks until New Year's, and I was like, "Baby, I ain't got that money. Like Okane Mochi Janai. Like I'm not rich. I do not have that much. I had $200 left to my name, or 300. I had $300 left, and I still had a week and a half, and so we had to travel to the airport. So you've been to the hospital, so you know, like it's not expensive to pay for the hospital for like all the things because of the healthcare. But they wanted to admit me, and I was like, girl, I don't got the money for that. And so I literally remember that now I'm in this room with this doctor and these two nurses, and these two nurses are like, they don't know what's wrong with me. And I was like, my throat hurts, my stomach hurts. Just like, bro, they shoved this camera up my nose, Katie, up my nose and into my throat, and I'm crying. I hate it. I could not stand it. And the nurses doing it doesn't give a fuck. She's just like, "Yep, we going in." like digging in, and the nurse next to me, I'm literally sobbing. Doctor's also sitting just watching me. It's giving cock chair. It's crazy. Other nurse who has like a sense of empathy or maybe just is like seeing me sobbing, she goes, "Daijobu, daijobu, 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 daijobu," and she's like desperately trying to calm me down because I'm like literally crying and sobbing, making like these like noises, be like because it's like in my nose and in my throat, and then they take it out and it squelches, and then my nose starts bleeding, and I go, "Oh," and the nurse just goes, "Daijobu," and I was like, "Girl, I can't do this." Like, the hospitals there really got me, girl, because on one hand they were like so affordable, but on the other hand, it was like every time you went in, girl, they were diagnosing you for cancer.
Yeah, I remember I actually had the same thing done, like the camera down my nose to my throat because I had mono for a good 2 months and I didn't know, but and I remember I was with the like I made the guy that I was seeing like take me obviously because who the fuck else and I remember that was so embarrassing. Like imagine you really like someone like at the time you really like someone and they just like see your hole from your nose to your throat like the nastiest image
Out.
just they just see that like that was like kind of embarrassing, but also like such he was such a shitty person that doesn't really matter about like what he thinks. But like
Also,
at the
it's like
time,
those doctors, they do not care. Like, but maybe it's like
they
all
really
of
don't.
remember.
They literally
No,
did
but
not
it's
give a
like
fuck.
they
Was
don't
you
care.
rude
They will show
too?
all of your medical stuff. They will tell all your medical stuff to anybody listening, girl.
No.
Anybody listening.
And even when I was there, it was like the him and the doctor talking because I don't speak Japanese, and they were talking for a good 20 minutes. And I walk out there, I'm like, hey, like what did he say? And he was like, you're sick. Take this. And I was like, okay, cool.
He
Like
should
they were
always do
literally
that. Let's talk about that. Girl, we talked about last time too. He literally would just talk to anyone and then suddenly be 20 minutes past nothing. They're not even talking about you at this point. And then he gives you the most vague information, then yells at you because you're asking too many questions.
no,
Like,
literally, like the guy I was seeing, like they were literally talking to him and the doctor for like 30 minutes, and also the room I was in actually looked like some like experimental lab. Like it was so there was like so much stuff in it, and like needles everywhere, and like it was so big and
we
random.
don't
And
do
I was
needles.
actually I was so scared when I went into, and I remember like I like this was the first time I went, and I asked like the guy I was seeing, I was like, oh my god, do you think they'll like draw my blood because I'm super scared of needles and getting my blood drawn. And he was like, yes, they definitely will. And I was like, oh my god, and I was like freaking out like the night before, and I couldn't go to sleep. Mind you, I had like 104 fever, mono, like
There ain't
I've
no
had
other
mono for
way.
I've had mono for a month, like 104-degree fever. Like my throat was actually like shutting. I was like so sick. I couldn't even like see
You
my
couldn't even
organs were
see.
my organs were actually failing. And he goes, yeah, they're gonna take your blood. So then I couldn't even sleep that entire night because I was so scared. And we walk into that room, and it's actually the most like horrifying room I've ever seen in my life. And they're like talking for 30 minutes, and I'm just like waiting. And we eventually leave, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm freed from my shackles. Like I didn't have to get my blood drawn. And I
And he
asked him, I was
was
like, oh my
like,
god, like, I
go,
asked him, I
go.
was like, oh, I asked him, I was like, oh, like, what did they say? And he was like, nothing. They just said, you're sick. Take this. And I was like, okay. And I was like, wow, like, I'm so lucky I didn't get my blood drawn right. And he was like, what are you talking about? You stupid. And I was like, what? And he was like, why would they?
Go,
He was
go.
like,
You're gonna get to the best part.
why would they draw your blood? Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, they always do that when you have like a sore throat, like to test if you have like mono or like strep throat. He's like, well, we don't do that here. And I was like, oh, like, okay. And then literally, like, we have to go back because I'm still like
Girl,
they
you
gave
missed
me
the part
antibiotics.
where he said I was just joking.
No, yeah, and he told me he's like, yeah, like why would they do that? I was just joking, and I was like, oh my god, and I was
Girl,
like that's like okay, like I wasn't mad at him, but I was just like, oh my god, like I have like a really bad fear of needles, like why would you do that? Like he literally was just like fucking with me to fuck with me, like I was literally like all that, I was like so sick with that entire day, I was so stressed, and I told him like multiple times before that too, like I'm really scared of needles, like that like I actually get like panic attacks if I get my blood drawn, like I will like cry and like pass out. And he was like, "Oh, like I'm sorry about that." And then he literally like, does that and like lied to me about getting my blood drawn. And I was like freaking out for like a good 24 hours. Like actually, like when I walked into that doctor's office, I actually couldn't see because I was like getting ready to pass the fuck out because I was so scared. And then I leave. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like I was like, "This is like the best day ever." Like I didn't get my blood drawn. I'm so happy. And he's like, "What are you talking about? Like why would they do that?" I'm like, I was joking, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then they gave me antibiotics, and I wasn't even getting better, I was getting worse. So then we go back a week later, and they're talking for a good 30 minutes again, and I asked him, I was like, oh, like, what did he say? He's like, like, just take these antibiotics. and you're sick. And I was like, okay, like cool, like that's it. And he's like, yeah. And then we all like a week later at sushi with all our friends and stuff, and he goes, Katie has the kissing disease to everyone, and they're like, what? And I was like, what did you say? And he's like, yeah, the doctor said he had kissing disease, and I was like, that's like mono. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably mono. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, like okay, thank you for not telling me that. Like I would ask him like, hey,
Two
what are the doctors?
weeks. Literally
I
2 weeks.
I went for a whole month without knowing I had mono, and then I was finally going to the doctors for it. And then this guy could have told me like, "Hey, yeah, you have like a serious fucking like illness," because mono's pretty serious. And I was getting really bad symptoms too when I was there. Like it was actually getting kind of scary. And
Well, because you would literally, we'd be hanging out, and then all of a sudden, you would be doing stuff, you literally like, oh, my organs hurt. And I'd be
everyone
like,
would hate on me because I would say that so much. Literally,
well, you'd be
these
like,
two
my
guys.
organs hurt. I'd be like, do you want me to massage them? Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, hello? Like, hello?
No, it was so bad. And yeah, of course, like I went like another 2 weeks without even knowing I had mono because the guy I was seeing just didn't tell me that for like funsies, I guess. And then he like outed me to the entire like friend group and then like to other people as well. Just kept like he was literally like running around, literally a 5'5" man running around telling everyone I had the kissing disease. And then he was
Also,
like
I've
also
had
like
fucking STIs.
yeah, literally the whole and then like he was like boasting too, like telling everyone how he took me to the doctor. He's like so nice because he took me to the doctor. Meanwhile, he was like literally telling me I'm his girlfriend. So like that's like bare minimum I fear. But yeah, no, that was so crazy. Like I can't wait to see the next severe illness I'll get in Japan. Because that was insane.
Well, I think that, like, mama, talking about organs hurting, my stomach hurts so bad. Like, this doctor appointment about it being like my saving grace. I really don't know what they're gonna tell me.
Text me right when you hear like what's going on. I'm so excited.
Girl, I'll like FaceTime you. Like, I'll FaceTime you and you can mute, and so that way you can just like hear the tea at this point.
Speaking of doctors, I really hope they have like a good. I don't know who the hell the doctor is for this, but can you see my scoliosis right now? Do you see that? How crooked I am? Like my scoliosis. You don't see that? The it's like it's so bad. Like my scoliosis is actually getting worse and worse every year. And I'm like borderline about to need to get a brace. And that's like something you have to wear like all day, every day. It looks insane. Like I'm actually my scoliosis is getting so bad.
They're
And
gonna
my
hang you
vision
by like the head.
no, literally. And my freaking vision too, because I went to the eye doctor the other day and they're like, oh, it got worse by like one or something. I don't know, like by like 0.75 or something. And they told me it should be like stopping. And I'm still, my vision is getting worse and worse. I'm already at a negative like 8 or -7, which is legally blind. And they told me like, oh, like by the time you're a teenager, it'll like stay stagnant or whatever. And it still gets worse. Every single time I go, I'm actually I'm almost getting to the point where I can't even get glasses. Like I'm actually getting so scared, Josh. You don't even know.
You're gonna get those really fake ass glasses, girl.
They're already thick. I have to pay like $2,000 for my lenses because I have to get so many special things on them because my prescription's so high. These lenses would actually probably be like an inch thick or like 2 inches thick, but they thin them. So I can't even get like 50% of the glass frames you can buy. I can't even buy them because my lenses are so thick. It's insane. Like I'm actually like getting to a scary point, which means you will soon too. So be prepared.
Don't say that. No, actually, I went to the doctor for my eyes just because I was like, I actually had like an eye. I thought it was like an infection. I didn't know what it was, but like my eye was just like really red and itchy, like the corner of it. It wasn't even like my eyeball. So I went in and I was like, "Hey, girl, like actually went away, but while I'm here, I'll just get my eyes checked." And he checked my eyes, and he's like, "So, do you squint when you're driving?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, like you gotta." And he was like, "Okay, so you're now like your eyes are like 25, -25, -50, or vice versa." And he was like, "You could get glasses for when you're driving." And I was like, "Is it bad? Like, girl, did I fail? Like, did I flop?" He was like, "What?" I was like, "Did I do good?" He was like, "What?" I was like, "Girl, are my eyes okay?" He was like, "Yeah." And I was like, but I literally was there, and he was like, "You have a lot of gunk on your eyelashes. Wash them because they're disgusting." And I was like, "Hello,
Hello.
hello." Nothing. I literally was like, "Hello," and he was like, "Yeah, use baby shampoo because that it's gross." And I was like, "Okay." Um, and so literally, I don't need glasses, but I was like, maybe I should get them, and then I never did, because I'm lazy. But that's like how it is. Like I feel like I don't ever go to the doctor. Can we also talk about that? Can we talk? So you know Toy, right? My child, my baby, who knew you, by the way. I was telling him about how you were moving to Tokyo because I was trying to figure about the Gakuwari, and I would texted him. I was like, "Girl, like, can you get the Gakuwari if like she's?" And he was like, "Yes." Blah 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 blah. And I was talking to him, but one time, I was telling Toy about how in America we don't go to the doctor unless we are dying. Like unless we are dying and like because that's how I was telling my therapist the other day. Like I made that doctor appointment because I was dying, girl. Like I'm at the end of it. Like I'm not just going to the doctor because my stomach is hurting. Like I'm dying. And Toy, one time we were in Japan and I was like, Toy, like, do you want to get dinner tonight? Do you want to get like an early dinner? Like we can hang out, we can make something. We could do it like with Jacob, blah blah blah. And he was like, "No, I have doctor appointment." I said, "Oh my God, are you okay? Like, is everything okay?" He's like, "I have a cough." Hello?
And the whole time I get mono and they give me some like herbs and I just like die slowly even more. Like I'm telling I'm actually when I tell you I'm packing. No, the medicine there is so bad. I'm telling you, I'm packing everything with me. I'm bringing an Advil. At our dorms, Josh, I was literally the Advil dealer. Like people would text me like, "Hey, you got some?" And I would have to like meet them in the corner at like 12 a.m. like at night and like trade pills. Like I
The
would
one time I
literally
asked you for Advil and you forgot about it, and I had the worst
really.
headache. Yes, I was like, Katie, like, can you come down to the study room? Because it was after our Wakayama trip, and it was like the day after, and I had a really bad headache, and I was like, Katie, like, because you were telling us that you were the Advil dealer. I was like, oh my God, Katie, like, can I hit you up for Advil? I was like, Katie, like, I have a really bad headache. I don't feel good. Like, do you have Advil? You're like, yes, just give me a little bit. And I waited in the study room for maybe like 45 minutes, and you didn't like come down. I was like, okay, like, damn, maybe she got sick. Like, maybe something happened because your organs were hurting too. So I was like, damn. And so then I texted Dakota. I was like, hey, babe, like, can I get some Advil? And she's like, yeah. I was like waiting for you in the study room, just like sitting on my
Oh,
phone for like 45 minutes. And then I was like, dang. I was forgotten about.
wow, I don't remember that. Yeah. Speaking of Toy, he probably knows me because I think they all like all the RAs knew about me because I was the one seeing the weird,
Roach
ugly
Girl.
like, Japanese. No, no, not maybe that, but I was just like the white girl seeing the weird like Japanese gaijin hunter, ugly motherfucker that they all hated anyways. But
All hated. Well, and your Nihongo Jozu was famous. Nihongo Choto.
Nihongo Choto. I was really practicing the Japanese more today, and it was like when you have to deny someone that they asked you like out for something, and like I was like literally trying to practice it, and I was just like, Choto. Like if someone
Choto Choto.
Choto, bro.
It's
No,
because you
I
don't
literally
ever work on your accent, girl. You're always just like, no, 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 no. And you'll be like, I'll be like, Katie, today we're gonna work on our Moss form. And you'll be like, Nihon ni ikimasu. And I'm like,
they can take my spirit, but they won't take my culture. Um,
shut up, bitch. Damn.
what
Oh,
time are we at?
girl. What?
What time are we at? 'Cause my phone glitched out.
Oh, clock. We're at 45 minutes. So,
We can.
I'll say this quote, and then we'll get into it. We'll get into the sim of the week, maybe. I'll say these quotes. So we play Stardew Valley, which we should stream because we have to get our views up on any platform, but it's okay. And so we're playing Stardew Valley, and Katie, of course, Katie's yelling at me. She runs that shit like the fucking Marines, and I'm trying, which we should play later, by the way. And so I'm desperately trying to like do my own shit. Like I'm trying to get my farming level up, my fishing level up. And Katie goes, trees, hardwoods, logs, money. And she said that twice. She said trees, hardwood, logs, money. And I'm like, damn, bitch. And so then I go, live fast, die young, good girls do it well. And then Katie goes, how do you even think about that so quickly? I love the way your brain works. And I was like, baby, that's a 15-year-old song that went top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Like, girl, that's literally MIA, like, in her prime. I literally was thinking about that, like, oh, girl, like, how do you think about that so quickly? Oh, girl. And the way that's not even like, oh, girl, mama, because like, the way your mind works is just so enchanting to me.
Thank you.
It just is,
And that
babe.
really holds space.
Because your non-binary T is valid.
Thank you.
When that holds space in 30 years, because your non-binary T is valid because you're selling Onika burgers at the 79-year-old diner, but you also just turned 18 in Poland.
Wow. See, what the fuck? Where did you get that from? What is that?
Baby, that's just Twitter. That's just Twitter.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to. I'm like a ooga booga like caveman when it comes to Twitter. Like I literally like poking at it with a stick. Like I do not know how Twitter works. But
Wait, one more thing
that,
before you go. Wait. Before you go, because I'm gonna interrupt you one more time. Because the people don't know this, I'll get into this maybe next episode. But you know how I'm psychic, right? And I divine my Uno cards, my tarot. I have this quote that I just wanted to bring up. And mama, people tell me stop simming. Baby, the whole time I'm just divining the future.
and on that note, stem of the week. Sorry, just to cut you through. But
You said shut your ass up, bitch.
literally, because you gotta retell that when you talk about your psychic abilities, because I think it'll.
I will.
But Josh is actually psychic. It's actually so scary. But anyways, my stem of the week. I've been really going back to my roots. So like I've been really going back. I stopped this for a bit. I was able to control it a bit, but in Japan it was pretty bad, and now it's getting bad again. Is I literally just rock. I'll be public. I literally rock back and fucking forth. Mind you,
Well, I'm dizzy.
I'm literally a 20-year-old, almost 20-year-old, almost 21-year-old, like grown ass adult theoretically, but I still feel like I'm 12 years old. But I will literally just like out in public too. I started doing it in public now, which is actually it's getting scary. Like I'll like just rock, and it's like almost like it's like a stem to like suit my brain, I guess my body. But I was doing my Japanese homework this morning, and I was just rocking and like writing. And I was like, when I had to go to my massage therapy today, like I literally like sat in the chair, like in the room, and I was just like rocking. And then I realized, and I had to stop. Like it's actually getting so bad. Like oh my god! But it was so good. It's like my favorite stem.
Would you rock on the trains in Japan to your class, and people just look at you like, "What is she doing?"
No, literally, I would rock in my class. I would rock. Like I remember Amelia and like some of my friends would make fun of me because I'd be in the study room studying, I'd be like rocking, or like I would be in my class rocking. And Amelia used to just copy me. She wouldn't say anything. She would just start rocking too. We'd both be rocking in Japanese 101. Like
not you having sons.
Just, like, so stupid.
You, girl?
Anyways, but that's been my stem of the week. I've been really getting back into that rocking.
My stem of the week isn't that good. I just have been saying, "Ooh, what you say?" I don't even know the rest of the song, but like, I was out. So my friend and I, we just do like the most random things at like the most spontaneous times, and it's not just her. Like, but like, I'll be on like the phone with like my friends, and I'll be like, "Ooh, what you say?" Da na 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 na. But it's just, "Ooh, what you say?" And I just do it over and over and over again. And I'm just like,
it's like not enough of the song, so you just get them like dazed and confused. It's like not even enough to reference the song.
They don't know if I'm talking about like they're just like they're like, what did it like what? And then they repeat what they say, and then I'm like, ooh, what you say? And they think I'm just being silly about like being like, girl, say it again. But no, I got what you said. I understood it. I contemplized it. But the whole time I just wanted to stem. I'm just stimmy like that. Ooh.
Period. And that's on period.
That's on period. Pooh, Charlie XCX, Lady Gaga, Brat. Okay. I think it's our time to log off. So HOTTOGO, CUNT, BRB, BYL, BBL. Bye.
And listen to our episodes every Tuesday.